Thank you for staying tuned, St. Lucia, to Newsmaker Live. And I must say, the time is flying by really, really quickly. Who would have thought that occupational health and safety was so interesting? Before we went off on break, we were talking about oral health and how important it is. So, Nurse Alexander, take it away.
Yes, we were saying that most persons do not floss their teeth, and you wouldn't believe the amount of food particles that could be between the teeth, and that is what encourages decay and cavity. And so at this health fair we would be taught how to brush our teeth properly, how to floss, and how to avoid halitosis, bad breath. Most persons don't chew their foods properly, and you just swallow.
Now, who would have thought that chewing your food?
Yes, if you don't chew properly and you swallow, the food stays in the stomach, and then you can end up having bad breath. So chewing our food is very important. Most times we say we need to chew our food until it turns almost into soup. Okay, but most persons, they gobble. So we need to chew.
And we live in such a fast-paced environment now. So everybody's eating on the go and rushing. You know, it's just a couple of chews and swallow. Who has time, right?
Properly. We need to make time. We need to make time.
And that could be so uncomfortable for people, because you talk to people every day. And it just could be the most uncomfortable thing.
And not most people can tell you.
I've been guilty
so
of that.
Most people cannot tell you such. So it is important to know and to practice it. Okay. Another activity we're going to have at the health fair is eye screening, basic eye screening. Most persons, as we get older, the muscles of the eye get a little weaker, and we're not even aware of that. And sometimes we wait too late. Snazzy,
I want to stop you here, and I want to ask you a little bit, because you talked about the hearing, and you're talking about the seeing, and
I spoke about hearing also.
Yes, but I want to. But it came to me when he was talking about it, and now it came back to me. But St. Lucia, you can call us at 451-9788 and join in the conversation as well. The lines are open now. Something that is so important as driving, a lot of us can't hear properly and we cannot see properly. But we don't have, like, to get a driver's license or to renew your license, we are not required to do a eye test. And I know in Canada and in the States, when you do driver's ed at school, you must go through that. You must do your sight test and your hearing test before you can even get behind the wheel to learn to drive. But in St. Lucia, we don't have that. We have our very first call. Thank you for... Hello? Okay, we lost that call. But continue and tell us about the eyes.
Yes, the eye, as I said, as we get older, we have difficulty threading a needle. Once you realize you're probably 35 and up and you have difficulty threading the needle, you should have gone to the eye specialist. But if you haven't, at that stage, don't push it any further.
But that's a difficult thing to thread a little needle.
But if you were able before and you notice that it's getting a little more difficult, it is a sign to tell us that you need to go.
Right. We have another call. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Hello.
Hi. Good night.
Nora?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I love you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Now, what I want to say, have you forgotten underarm deodorant? You need
yes.
Underarm deodorant, and also to tell the ladies to change their panties every day. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your call. Simple things like that, but you would like to think that it's obvious, but it's not. I am laughing, St. Lucia, because somebody is laughing in my ear. Somebody's laughing in my ear. But it's true. The deodorant is very important, and very important for hygiene to change our undergarments, because we may not think but it carries, you know, it can be musty, and more than just the odor, the infections. And we all know that with every infection, there's time off. and the
you're saying on
productivity, and we're already
productivity.
talking about, say, you know, our productivity level as a workforce.
Already
So yeah,
that kind of affects
so
it.
that's very important. Very
Yes.
good observation, caller.
Yes. So back to what you were saying, that eye and air examinations are
Yes.
not required. So that, I guess, we'll have to consider these.
Definitely,
Yes. They'll have to
especially
consider
where you driving is your
It's
job.
concerned, yes,
Your
especially
job,
driving
like
at
it's yeah,
night.
exactly.
No,
We have another call on. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Any infection caused by strong urine to your breathing?
Say that again, sir.
Is there any infection caused by strong urine to grown-ups' urine?
Oh, inhaling strong urine.
Oh,
inhaling
okay, all right,
concentrated
okay.
urine. No, inhaling concentrated urine. No, no. There is no such. No.
Yeah, but I could get.
I know
guess
it's
that sometimes,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is very
It is
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Yes.
But there's no such illness that we have. So, but what you can do is encourage the person to drink water. Okay, water is important to flush the kidneys. Okay, so ask the person or encourage. I know most persons do not like to drink water. We do not practice drinking water.
Yes. And we're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day.
Or even not 8, but at as much as it's required.
Yes.
Most of us, if we work in air-conditioned units, we forget water. If we are in the outside,
But
then
that's
we
when you
tend
need it
to
more, because I don't know about others, but AC makes me dry, makes my mouth dry, so I drink a lot of water in the AC. So I'm always drinking. Oh my God, I'm always
because
drinking
you don't
water.
have control of the humidity. Sometimes the humidity is so dry. It's low.
Yes.
You need to
Yes,
increase it.
definitely. Yes.
But we need to drink water.
Yes.
And what I encourage persons to do if you go to work with water, walk with your water, walk with water, and leave it where you can see. Leave it at your desk.
That's right, yes.
Do not put it on the fridge or leave it in your lunch bag. Leave it at your desk so you can sip at it while you're at work.
Wonderful. We have another call. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Hello, good evening.
Good night.
I would like to ask them this question.
Yes.
Is there something wrong when you realize that you urinate in a pill in the night?
Can you ask that question and speak up, please?
What the question I want to ask is that is there a problem when you realize you urinate in a pill in the night?
Yes.
But the following day at the bottom it looks like there's something like a
Sediment, yes.
at the bottom. Is there a problem and what is it? What can we do?
It is because you're not drinking enough water. Yes, if there's a sediment in the urine, it's because you're not drinking enough water. But what you can do also is visit your health center, your nearest health center, whereby they could write you a form to take that sample of urine to the lab to do a urinalysis to find out exactly what is in the urine.
So what is that sediment? It could be anything?
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be anything. So what you would need to do is to take a sample of that urine and take it to the lab. But I believe she's not taking enough water also.
So all of those questions, you know, we've been getting some really good questions.
Yes.
Is there an opportunity to answer those questions at the
health
fair?
Yes, yes. It will be answered at the health. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
But yeah, we were talking about the eyes and the hearing, and I was saying that there are some of us who drive for a living, but we're not asked to go see a doctor or hearing before we take up a post like that.
No, but for example, in the working activities, you work, you have
Your
work,
routine medical.
You need to have medical examination.
Routine medicals.
You have the pre-employment medical examination before you start to work to find out your eyes.
Right.
and
So our employers need to make sure
ensure
that
that
they
you have-
before
course.
employing
Before.
anybody.
Yes,
Before
there's a routine medical
It's a
examination.
medical exam. We call it
Right.
pre-employment medical examination.
Wonderful. We have another call online. Thank you for holding. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Is there any such thing as drinking too much water? And question number 2, we need to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. And what quantity would you say that is 1 glass?
Okay,
8
so what's
ounces.
8 ounces is a glass?
It's a-
Okay,
8 ounces is a
so
glass.
8-ounce glasses or more or less depending on and is there such a thing called drinking too much water?
When too much water, it means if you drink it and you're uncomfortable, that is too much.
But if you drink it and you're not uncomfortable,
well, that's okay.
Or
That's what your body demands.
Or can you drink too much water at one go
No,
or
I
anything
don't
like that?
think
I've been
so.
told that.
No.
Felix, I'm coming for you.
No.
Oh, you're still online?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so we're saying that 8 ounces is a glass, and we're saying there's no such thing as drinking too much water.
Because your stomach will refuse after a while. If there's too much, you don't want to be overhydrated. But you will take until your body is satisfied. Why should you drink more than you think you need, except you are dehydrated? And usually it is, how many? 3 liters in 24 hours. Okay, if you're dehydrated.
So that answer your questions, ma'am? Your questions?
Yeah, do you drink the water all through the day, or is there a particular time to stop drinking it?
No, stop drinking water. No, you drink water at night, whatever time. You can drink water at night. Of course you can drink water if you get up at night. The only thing is, if you notice you're drinking a little more than usual, hey, you need to find out what's happening. Because sometimes it might just be diabetes. Because if you're becoming diabetic, or if you're diabetic, you might be tempted to drink over and over and over again, and your thirst still remains.
Now, I came to ask you that when she asked the question.
Maybe that's what she's referring to.
Because sometimes I drink water and I'm full. I can literally feel the water shaking in my tummy while I'm walking, but my mouth is still dry. Well, I do the test because my mom is diabetic. So I do the test all the time. I'm so particular, you know, and I don't like needles. So I do the test, and I'm always, oh my gosh, like I'm always frightened because I don't like needles. But I get my mom to administer the test for me sometimes. Like if I find I'm urinating a lot, or if I find that my mouth is dry,
then you need to.
Then I would
test find out why am I so thirsty so often.
Yes.
The other thing,
we have another call. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Hi,
good evening.
Good evening.
How are you all?
We're fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm just calling to find out. I have a gland growing by my vagina. And when I stand up too much, it's hurting me. I want to know what's causing that.
Okay.
It sounds like a baffling cyst, but I would recommend that you visit your health center.
It's called a what? A baffling?
It might be. It may be, because I have not seen it. It could be an abscess. It could be a baffling cyst. It's just like fluid.
So what is a baffling cyst?
It's fluid in a sac. Okay, so we're not sure what it is. I cannot stay here and decide or diagnose. The best thing, it is not normal.
So go to your health center.
I would recommend that you visit there. And the health center, there's so many services available at the health center. At the health center, we provide immunization for both children and adults. We provide antenatal care, which is care for the pregnant mother. Care for the mother after she is delivered, that's postnatal care. Pupurium care, that is care after you've delivered before 10 days. You come in to check both you and the baby to ensure that both of you are okay and that breastfeeding is established. We provide immunization for the adults also, like if you have an injury, something happened, you may need a tetanus toxoid. You come in, and depending on your history, on your records, we will decide whether or not you need a tetanus toxoid. We provide pap smears, free of charge.
We have another call. Thank you for holding. This is Newsmaker Live.
Yes, good night, Laura.
Good night. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How about everybody?
We're fine, thanks.
Okay, I would like to find. I didn't get the beginning of the program. Where you're going to have the
health fair.
Yes.
Okay. The health fair is going to be at the public service car park. That is between Julian's Waterfront and the public service building. That's Graham Louise building. Immediately after you leave the supermarket, the car park right there. That's on Thursday from 9 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, have a blessed evening.
Thank you. Same to you. Yes.
Yes, so I was talking about the services provided at the health center. Some of our health services actually provide men's health, where on certain days they have a group of men and you have a doctor coming in and they have counseling and blood tests and discussions. However, in the absence of that, even if it's not a men's health clinic, our men are free to visit any of our health centers. As a matter of fact, when I see a man at my health center, I'm happy. I welcome him.
Anywhere, because they don't go to the doctor.
Some of them visit with the pregnant mothers. I allow them to come in even before they turn this up, so that, you know, sometimes they feel uncomfortable, but you want them to come back. So we encourage our nurses to accommodate the men when they visit with the pregnant
I'll tell you
mothers.
something. It's so unusual to see a man take interest in his health.
Yes.
My father, when he says, I'm going to the doctor, I'm immediately worried. Daddy, what's wrong?
What is wrong?
And it's
Does
like
it
nothing,
come
I'm just
too
going,
late?
I'm just going for a checkup.
Yes,
And I'm like,
yes.
you're going by yourself? Because my mom is not with him. It's like,
yes.
but now he's gotten used to that and going to the doctor and
That's
taking care of
important.
himself, and
That
he's
is very
getting
important.
older. So my dad goes to the doctor,
Very
man.
good.
If my dad can go to the doctor,
Very good.
you can go to the doctor
Very
and see
good.
about your health.
Yes.
And it does, you don't have to wait for something to be wrong with you to go to the doctor. Just go for your regular checkup. You know, you never know. You early detection for anything is so much more preferable to waiting and you know, finding out about it at a later stage. So
and it's even more costly.
Yes, more costly too. So go see the
Time-consuming,
doctor,
the family
or go to the
stressful,
health
your work.
center.
Go visit your health
Yes,
center. The health
yes.
centers are, we have 36 health centers island-wide.
36?
Yes.
Wow.
And they are all managed, they are manned. We have nurses, we have community health aides, and you will be welcomed. Okay. What other services do we have? Yes, I was talking about the men's health, and they too are welcomed. What I would recommend is if you're visiting your health center, you work with a book, work with some form of record, so that when whatever we do for you, we can record it, and then you can use that as a benchmark.
Now, speaking of recording, are we at the point yet where I can go to Labrie, to the health center in Labrie, and then my record, if I go to the health center in Castries, then I don't have my book, but then there's a record.
Yes.
Is there an integrated system like
we
that?
have the health information system now, which is on stream, and most of our centers, almost 90% of our centers, except Victoria Hospital. But
why not Victoria Hospital?
It's coming. It's on stream.
Okay.
It's on stream. It's a little more difficult. It's a little more implicated.
Because I'm thinking this is our main hospital.
It will be. It is in the making. And
but definitely by the time we go to the new hospital, you think?
Hopefully it should be. And as you said, if you visit Entrepot Health Center, where I work, and you are referred to Castries Health Center, by the time you get to Castries Health Center, it will be documented in the system that you were seen at Entrepot, whatever was done for you, and now you are there. You referred to Castries Health Center, your name and everything will be in the system.
What about private health care and public health care? It's not yet. It's
not yet. Private
okay.
has not been included. Not yet.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so that's something to look out for.
Apart from these services that I mentioned, we are going to administer adult vaccines.
Oh.
Hepatitis B and the flu vaccines will be administered. For some of our public health workers, we have already begun administering hepatitis B to them. It is a dose of 3 doses.
Tell for our listening public, our viewing public, what exactly is hepatitis B?
Okay, hepatitis B is a disease which affects the liver. It can be sexually transmitted. It's almost like AIDS, sexually transmitted. It can be transmitted through blood. It can be transmitted through needle injury. And if you've had the disease before, there's no need for the vaccine.
So it's curable?
It is.
Unlike AIDS?
Yes.
Okay.
If you've had it before, there's no need for the vaccine. But if you've never had it, we give the vaccine as a form of prophylaxis, prevention. And
now,
so
how, if you've had it,
you develop your antigen.
Yes, you develop, but you is there a treatment for it? Like, I get it. If I never get treated for it, but
you can be treated for it.
No, but what I'm saying is, with AIDS, if I don't take care of myself, I will surely die way before. I have HIV, I will develop AIDS, I will die, surely. Can hepatitis B kill me?
It will, the complications of hepatitis. That
untreated.
The jaundice, the liver will be affected. You may get enlarged liver or cirrhosis of the hardening of the liver, and the complications of hepatitis B can kill you.
Okay. So if it's left untreated, it can kill you. But once treated, I'm good. Okay. We have another call online. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Good evening. I only just turned on and noticed your Occupational Safety and Health Week. And immediately I remembered this morning as I was coming out of Super J on the boulevard, there were 2 sanitary workers clearing the drain that must not have been cleared for I don't know how many years, because there was quite an odor coming from it. And I noticed these men were working without gloves, without the mask. And I thought to myself, that's occupational hazard going there. I said somebody should say something about it. I didn't think I'd get an opportunity so soon. But I'd like just to bring it to the attention of the authorities that those people should have been, you know, properly clothed, protected with the work they were doing.
Definitely.
That's all I'd like to say.
Thank you so much for calling, and we're just talking about that, and particularly this week, next week is the focus is on the public sector, and they fall under the public sector, don't they?
Yes, they do.
City council, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, and it's an obligation of the employer to supply personal protective equipment to all his workers. Not only gloves, boots too. You understand? Because, for example, you have a lot of rat running around here. Leptospirosis.
Yes, and that's, let me tell you, it's not
they
pretty.
need to use the gloves, you understand? And they need to use, sometimes they use respirator, depending on the situation they have, and it's an obligation again of the employer to supply those personal protective
and these
for them to use it.
Because sometimes they have it.
And they don't use it. I was just coming to say
it's
that.
uncomfortable,
Yes,
it's too
they
much,
can't really
it's heavy,
feel
they
and
don't
move.
feel.
Yes,
They need to be re-educated.
And sometimes you receive the answer, I accustomed to work.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing happened to
But then there's all these workers have supervisors, and these supervisors should be on the ball and say, no,
Stay
because
home.
you're going to go home or you're going to use your, because leptospirosis is nothing easy, let me tell you. If you have had a family member who suffered from leptospirosis, you know how close they come to death, and you know how much of a toll it takes on their bodies. So St. Lucians, those of us who have not had it, trust us, those of us who have experienced it firsthand or who have seen somebody suffer through that, it is no easy thing. So please, please do the right thing. We have another call online. Thank you for calling Newsmaker. We lost that call. I'm so sorry.
But that's why every time I recommend that this activity of occupational safety is an activity everybody has to be involved. You don't have to wait for the labor department to
Exactly. We have another call. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Hi, good evening,
Good
Nora.
evening, yes.
Very interesting program.
Thank you.
I'm wondering, are there any regulations to govern those people in the cosmetology industry?
In the what industry?
Cosmetology.
Oh, cosmetology.
You have hairdressers, you have nail technicians.
Yes.
You go around and see these people
Purity
with
Day
all
and
the
spas,
acrylics and they were not wearing any mask or anything. Is there anything to govern the way these people are to work?
Interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting that you mentioned, because we have Purity Day and Spa from Tapion who will be at the health fair, and they too will probably educate the public on these things.
Okay, so there are guidelines, and so there will be an expert in that field to tell us. Yes. So we're asking all of the cosmetology people to come out,
make some time
to the fair and find out, especially the young ones who are just starting off their own little businesses, right? We have another call online. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good
yes.
evening.
I think your television might be a little too high because we're getting a serious feedback. Okay, we lost the call.
No, let me tell you, related to this situation about the cosmetic people handling this activity, it's a situation that we need to work more closely with them, because all these paints and things, they have a lot of chemical systems.
Yes.
And they inhale
and
these things.
the good thing is they need to have an adequate ventilation system.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not properly.
Yeah, because sometimes they're just starting off a little and they just have a little boost. Yes.
And remember, you're going only maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
But all day.
People are exposed all day.
Yes.
That's what happens.
And so we can have the chronic effects.
Of course.
Yes.
That's why we have to be careful.
Yes. We have another call online. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Yes, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, very interesting show. I have a question.
Yes.
Who's responsible for checking up on our eating establishments?
Oh.
Our restaurants.
Yes.
I mean, just recently I went to a restaurant. I'm not going to go back there. I mean, the seating area was dirty. The floor was dirty. I mean, I like we would say, the owner of the restaurant needs to ensure that the place is clean, but we all know how human beings are. But is there regulations for this? Who's responsible for checking up on these things? Thank you.
Thank you for your call. Very, very valid call.
Yes. No, let me tell you that, of course, this is a situation that the Ministry of Health, in conjunction with the Labor Department, we can conduct inspection to those food establishment, because hygiene is the first key in a food establishment.
Environmental health.
And it's responsibility, full responsibility of the employer of that establishment. They have to have clean tables, they have to have clean utensils in that place, so all the environment have to be clean.
Definitely.
So
we have another call. So hold on thought, we have another call. Like told you, going to be coming furiously. Good evening, thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Yeah, good evening. I have a question about the temperature in the workplace. Like the air conditioning unit, it's a central unit, and it's too cold. Is there an optimum temperature?
Well,
and what do you recommend? The individual cannot be adjusted, if it cannot be adjusted.
Well,
thank you so much for your call.
Thanks a lot. I'm going to give you the answer. Well, we work with standards, and the recommended temperature between, in a working place, they have air conditioning unit is between 20 and 26.5 degrees. Okay? In this range, we accept, and they can work in this activity, depending on the activity they're doing. You understand? And relative humidity that cannot be higher than 65%. Okay? So, based on that range, you have to accommodate. Depends some people, 21 is too cold. So you adjusted.
So just imagine it's down to 16.
Oh, that's bad.
No, it's too very cold.
Just
very cold.
That is bad.
Those of you who like the AC at 16,
that is bad.
Too cold. 20 to 25. We have another call online. We lost the call.
And depend on the activity you're doing. Because if you're doing
if you're just sitting at the desk, then there's no need for it to be.
It's a light activity where you feel more cool.
Yes.
But if you're having a heavy activity, maybe you can have it a little lower because your body's producing heat. You
of
understand?
course. We have another call. Thank you for calling. We keep losing our calls.
Okay, I just need to add on, the establishment, the food establishment.
Yes, for sure.
Environmental Health Department. There is a food. Is there another call?
No.
There is a food establishment department that these persons can call environmental health, and they will come in and inspect, and they will, if they need to shut down the place, they will.
And that's said again, that is
Environmental Health Department.
Environmental Health Department. So if we've gone to the food, an eatery or a food establishment, and you think that the hygiene has been compromised, we can go to the Environmental Health Department at Bois-de-Ouage. We have another call online.
Respond to you appropriately.
They can call too.
Yes, they can call. They can call, and they will respond.
We have another call online. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
I was just saying, how could we have an environmental health and St. Lucia so dirty? Environmental health people doesn't do the work. Because if you pass everywhere, you see garbage flowing everywhere in the environment or in the communities everywhere. What is going on?
Yes, but who is throwing the garbage? We have to take a bit of responsibility for our
But you know, there are some people who say if they don't throw the garbage, then the city council doesn't have work.
Yes.
So I mean,
it is time that it's not the dogs, it's not the human beings.
We have to put our garbage out on the prescribed days.
Yes.
Okay. We have to ensure that our garbage is covered and just put in bags and just tossed by the wayside. We need to make sure, we need to ensure that the garbage is properly disposed of or placed at the time that we know the garbage. Yes. You know,
do not throw it in other bins.
Yes, when we're walking, we're eating on the road.
We still throw it out there on the ground.
You know something I thought
the road
of
a few days before the garbage, and then the dogs, the animals, they make a feast.
But one thing I thought of, we like to eat while we're walking because it's a fast pace.
And then we fling out of our.
We throw it out. But then think about it. If we thought that our hands are dirty and we're not going to eat while we're walking because we don't have a place to wash our hands, we won't be producing garbage as we're going about to throw it out. Okay? So think about those things. You're eating with dirty hands, so you're putting germs and you're introducing bacteria into your body, which you don't need to. So let us try to not eat on the go and eat when we have time to wash our hands and to dispose of our garbage
properly
and chew our foods properly so that we don't suffer from halitosis, because some of us just don't know how to say, I am sorry, but your breath is not, Yeah, it's not the most pleasant thing.
Environmental health is functioning, but environmental health, we should not depend on them to pick up our mess.
Yes.
We are the ones.
Yes.
We
have to change our attitude about garbage.
Habits,
yes.
And change. We just do not want it in our homes. No matter where we throw it, it just does not matter. We just do not want it at home.
Not in my backyard.
Not in my backyard. So I don't care who I inconvenience, but I need to get it out of the house.
And
when
it's
you
not
do
just
that,
about creating jobs.
You leave it out to the animals, the dogs, the rats to make a mess of it.
Yeah. And you're clogging our drains. And especially now in the hurricane season, although we're going through a drought, but we're in the hurricane season. Suppose we have a storm, suppose we have some heavy rain. You know, that's why we're always flooded in the city.
Yes.
We have another call?
Final call?
It's our final call already? Oh my goodness, the time has just flown by. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live. You're our final caller.
Hello?
Yes, good night.
Yeah, I'm calling from Open the Cashews Market. And I want to ask the council to...
Can you speak up so I can hardly hear you? Uh-oh, and we lost the call. Can we get another call as our final caller? Yeah, we have our final caller. Thank you for calling Newsmaker Live.
Thank you for the information on the Environmental Health Department.
Yes.
But I'm wondering if probably we do a little too much of waiting for calls and not enough of proactive work. I don't know the how the Environmental Department works or what legislation regulates them. But I think it's about time restaurants, places, and eating establishments get surprise visits from this department.
Yes, they are.
Honestly, because this is so serious. I mean, we're talking about citizens paying their hard-earned money and sometimes getting sick through bad food. And at the end of the day, that translates to you visiting the hospital, that translates to putting pressure on our
resources,
services.
yes, on our resources.
I even envision one day, and I wish that could have happened, where there is a particular period for inspection, and there's a particular stick or some identification to show civilians that this place has been inspected
and it has been closed.
To show how the cleanliness level of this place. So if you
put a tag on this on the
you would ensure that this place is clean, so it will receive your sticker. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
I think we need to be a little bit more proactive.
Okay, I agree with you.
Thank you so much for your call.
And I'm almost certain this is happening. It may not happen at the speed or at the rate that you'd like to see it, but as we speak, I am almost certain that this is happening.
Embarrass some of these establishments.
Unexpected visits, but it's just not happening at the rate that you're expecting. But as you mentioned, I am hoping that you will see a little more of it.
Yes, and I would like to add that all these establishments need to have a license to operate.
Yes.
If you don't have that license, they cannot operate. So they have to have an inspection for the environmental department to receive that license. If they don't have that license, they cannot operate. And of course, they can receive inspection at any moment because the labor officer and the inspector of the Department of Environmental Health, they have the power to visit the establishment in the morning, in the evening, at night when they're working at night, and conduct inspection without any problem.
Wonderful.
Without calling nobody. Okay?
So we're out of time. Just before we, your final moments, just run through the week of activities for us again. We know on Monday that we have a seminar for HR persons.
Okay. We have a police presentation.
On the Tuesday.
Exercise. On Tuesday we have a police presentation in different ministries, simulation exercise too. On Wednesday we have a police presentation, and in the evening about 4:30 in the afternoon we have a fitness session where they have music and things. And
all different kinds of exercises.
Then Thursday from 9 to 3 o'clock they have a health fair. Okay, well we're going to expose different medical attention like HIV/AIDS test, other eye tests and other activities. On Friday is the closing day, the 19th. We're going to have a police presentation and a simulation exercise too. Okay, and that will be completely the week. But I would like to add that for us, prevention in occupational safety and health is every day, not only 1 week.
It's wonderful. I couldn't have said it better. I have a couple of things that I want to say before we close. I'm afraid I will be afraid to walk the streets of Castries tomorrow if I do not say good night to Massey Distribution. Hello. I have to say this every time. You guys always ask me and I never do. Hi, Massey Distribution. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I know you're listening every Wednesday. I hope you learned something. I will be quizzing you the next time I see you about what we talked about today. Also, because it's the carnival season, and because I am such a soca fan, and I am such a cricket fan, and I just love my West Indies guys. I don't care, they lose all the time, and I don't care what they say, but I am loyal to my team. And because, you know, CPL is coming soon in 10 days, I heard this song and I fell in love with this song, and I want to share it with you. I am proud to be, and it's funny because today when Mr. Griffith, I said, so you're Cuban? And he says, well, I'm Cuban, Jamaican, St. Lucian. And I thought, oh my gosh, he's a total Caribbean man. So it's awesome when you can connect with the region. And I am proud to say that I am a proud West Indian, okay? Not just because of the cricket team, but I am a proud West Indian. And I found this song by Arthur, and I really love Arthur. I mean, he has a fantastic voice. I found this song by Arthur. I think he's one of his contributions for 2015, and it's called I Know Who I Am, or I Love Who I Am, or something like that. But it's about West Indies and being proud to be a West Indian. So, Junior, it's Who I Am. Who I Am. That's the name of the song, Who I Am. So, Junior, let us end with this song, share it with the rest of St. Lucia. And up until Carnival, I will be bringing you my favorite hits for the season as we close. See you next week. This is Who I Am by Arthur.
That's who I am. Find that place so sweet, melodies in the heat. Everybody's on the road, we jumping for one goal. To where the soca play, our culture on a display. Everybody say, we vibe the special way. To see the people playing, everybody masquerading. The music sounds so sweet, it's only we who feel it. I jumping in a band, need you to understand. I'm a West Indian, no matter how far I go. Thank God that I am a West Indian, and I come from the land of sun. Thank God that we come from the Caribbean, where the party never done. Let me see your hands up for soca music, hands up for the greatest festival, hands up, 'cause all of we are one. Hands up if you are a West Indian, hands up, that the party up in there, hands up. Explain. It's like bacchanal running through my veins. It's a feeling we cannot contain. We let it go when it's carnival. To see the people playing, everybody masquerading. The music sounds so sweet, it's only we who feel it. I'm jumping in a band, I need you to understand. I am a West Indian, no matter how far I go. Of sun. Thank God that we come from the Caribbean, where the party never done. Let me see your hands up for soca music, hands up for the greatest festival, hands up, 'cause all of we are one. Hands up if you are a West Indian, hands up, that the party up in there, hands up, Caribbean people everywhere, hands up, raise your flag up in the air. If you are a West Indian, I am a West Indian. This is who I am. I am a West Indian. This is who I am. If you are West Indian, then show me your day. Put something up in the air. Antigua, put your flag up. Barbados, put your flag up. Grenada, put your flag up. St. Kitts, put your flag up. Jamaica, put your flag up. Guyana, put your flag up. Trinidad, put your flag up. St. Lucia, I love to see the people playing. Everybody masquerading. The music sounds so sweet, it's only me who feel it. I'm jumping in a band, I need you to understand. I music. Hands up for the greatest festival. Hands up, cause all of we are one. Hands up, if you are a Westingan, that the party up in there. Caribbean people everywhere.